This may seem a little bit rough, but trust me, horror fans, if you're real horror fans, and one of the things that you like about horror is that it challenges you, it presents new ideas, then The Boys is something I think you're definitely going to want to check out. Okay, so it's definitely not straight up horror, right? Let's get that out right off the bat. However, there is going to be a shit ton of really high quality gore, violence like you wouldn't believe, and if you really want to get existential, why not? Then it presents the horror of having, the sword of Damocles over your head, effectively. The Boys deals with the idea that super-powered beings, of which we have no defense over, are not the Boy Scout next door. They're egomaniacal assholes that, do what they want with impunity because they are superheroes. Now, let's back it up a bit. So if you're going to stick around with me, and please do, I think it'll be worthwhile. And really, I don't do these, honestly, very often at all, because it's not straight up horror. It's just horror enough to fit into the umbrella of the channel, but it's so good, so amazing that it really needs to be included. So, back it up. Comic book is The Origin. It is done by Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis, if you don't know him, is the man, especially when it comes to horror, okay? He cut his teeth, really made a name for himself running the Hellraiser comic books for DC with John Constantine. Not the one that you know from Legends of Tomorrow and even his own TV show a little bit. This was much darker, much creepier, much more badass. John's been through a few iterations through his comic book life, and Ennis is definitely one of the very best. And then he moved on to, and ironically enough, also a TV show that's out there right now, Preacher. The Preacher TV show does not follow the comic book nearly as well as The Boys does, and that is honestly to my detriment, and that's why I haven't really said much on this channel about Preacher. The Boys is a different story entirely. This thing is almost page by page liftoff. Yes, there are differences. I'm not going to argue that point. However, this is just an amazing adaptation of an amazing series. And Carl Urban's Butcher is lifted off the page. You gotta give me that one. Frenchie's pretty damn close. So is Mother's Milk and the female. Hugh is not, but they got that nice little meta joke. So real quick, the comic book, Garth Ennis has said, his little geeky, basically the audience's, perspective, Hugh character was based on Simon Pegg. Well, Simon Pegg is in the television series The Boys, but he is not Hugh. He's Hugh's dad. It's a timing issue. Nonetheless, The Boys, basically deals with, Butcher and his crew attempt to take down the superheroes and or expose them, for the frauds that they are. And they don't pull any punches. I applaud Amazon for this, This is finally something for the adults. Okay, no more of this kid crap. We've got our nudity. We've got our gore that I mentioned before. We've got our language. And we have our sort of heady concepts, like we're not just, as much as I love Marvels, they don't really, give you any high concepts. This really does. Like, what is the role, of the superhero? How do we do the checks and balances? What would really happen if you had all that power, The opening sequence that sets everything in motion in the comic book and in the series is a perfect example. You have a speedster. Well, in all the movies and everything else, he just runs around really fast, and, everybody else is in slow motion, and it's a nice, cool effect. Reality, he buzzes by somebody at 1,000 miles an hour, and you're fundamentally going to liquefy that person. And they show it. It's brilliant! So, I know I could go on and on and on. I know it's not necessarily 100% horror, but I definitely want to tell you guys, if you get a chance, it will be worth your while to check out. It's free on Amazon Prime. I'm sure there'll be DVD releases and all that other stuff. It's been renewed for a second season. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But definitely check out The Boys. All right, where's my Boys fans? Chime in the comment section below. If you want to rip on me for it not being 100% horror, knock yourself out. But do yourself a favor. As soon as you're done leaving that comment, fire up Amazon Prime and check it out. You will not regret it.